Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something I don't usually do on this channel. I'm going to be following a tutorial a pattern basically, and I just thought why not just share this process as I always do. These are all the collections of ingredients that I have.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my high.
You can see, I guess this is like this particular shade of green is the one that I have the most of. So I think I'm going to find a way to work around that. So basically, let me just show you everything. This is lemon green. I think it's called lemon green. I've got like this, just this of it. And this, I would say it's a forest green. So this is what I have of it. I was trying to make a turban with this, but I stopped. And this is a green. I don't know what shade of green this is, but this is green. And this is, I think, I'm in green or something. It is a finger weight yarn, so I'm going to be doubling the strands. And I also have this black yarn that I'm going to use to kind of like make everything look better. So this is also a finger weight yarn. I'm going to double the strands. So yeah, that's everything. Let's go back inside. The creator that made the sweater, she has about 2 or 3 variations on her channel, but I prefer this one because I feel like it's going to be more flattering on my body, and I just like the overall look of it. And another thing is this, because I'm using scrap yarns, I want the sweater to look like I use the color changing yarn, like the way I want the colors to be arranged. I don't want it to look messy. I don't want it to look like scraps or this kind of thing. I really want it to look like I use the color changing yarn. So I'm going to make a swatch. That thing is, I'm going to watch the tutorial right now while I'm making the swatch. I want to find out 3 things from the tutorial. I want to find out the measurements I need, the construction basically, and how to assemble the pieces. I'm pretty sure I'll need like about five panels. So I want to know how to assemble them, the measurements I need. So I'm going to watch the tutorial while I'm making the swatch, and let's see me soon. So guys, I have done the swatch. I actually did about 3 swatches and I don't have any of them with me. So I made the first swatch. I didn't really like the color combination. Yesterday night I took a picture. Then I made the second swatch. I didn't like that at all. I made the third swatch and I didn't like that at all. So I'm going to stick with the first swatch I did, which I probably took a picture of. So I'm going to put it up on the screen for you guys to see. And I also have gone through the tutorial, and I'm going to be doing 2 things differently, like changing 2 things. So no, the first thing is this. In the tutorial she made 2 panels. She made the front and the back panel separately. I'm going to be doing the front and the back panel together because I'm changing colors and I honestly don't want to have so many ends to weave in. The second thing is this. She worked her panels from but she worked the panels vertically from left to right. I'm going to be doing mine bottom up. So yeah, those are the 2 things. So I'm going to be using a 4mm needle. I actually use a 4.5 to make the swatch, but I just feel like a 4mm is going to be better. Starting with this color. I'm going to cast on 150 stitches on my needle. My plan is for the bottom section to be kind of wider than the bust, and I'm going to do some decreases once I get to like the waist section. But so far I'm going to be using a long tail casting. I'll change to the second color, and I actually casted on 140 chain and 140 stitches instead of 150 that I said. And I'm hoping that this color changes, I'm going to like the color changes. I really pray I do like the color changes. I'm actually going to just continue working on this till I reach the waist part. So probably you guys are going to see me once I'm about to get to the waist section, because I feel like this is just going to be me making plain stockinette stitches with just color changes, and I don't think you want to see the process. I feel like it's going to be boring. I'm done with the bottom section and I did decreases. So I was making my decreases every other row, and each time I was making like 2 decreases per every decrease row. So 1 decrease at the edge and 1 decrease at the center. And as you can see, yeah. Now I want to start the waist section, and I'm going to switch to a 3mm needle because I'm using a 4mm right now. Now you start doing the rib stitch. I'm actually done with making the waist section. Just for reference, this is about 3.5 inches long, and from this point to the bottom is also about like I think 6 inches long. So right now I want to start working on the upper part, the bust, whatever it's called. Yeah, let me go back inside. This one is small. I want to change something about this design. I want to make just one sleeve to be off the shoulder, which means I'm going to be making the straps for one shoulder. So I kind of be like a little sketch. I'm going to do that maybe today or tomorrow. I'll probably finish like today's Tuesday. I'm sure I'm going to be done with this the body section this week.
Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know
And here's what I have so far. This is about 3.5 inches. Right now I want to start doing the armhole shaping. So I will have to separate the front from the back panel and start doing the armhole shaping. So I forgot to tell you guys on Tuesday, I actually did like a row of decrease for this waist section. So I don't know if you can see right here. I did a decrease at the center and I did a decrease at this edge right here. So right now I'm going to separate the front and back panel like I said, and I'll start doing the armhole shaping. And once I'm done with the armhole shaping, I'm going to do the strap for one sleeve. So yeah, I'll see you guys as I'm done. How it looks like. So when I was doing the armhole shaping, what I was doing was I was making my decreases every other row at each end, and I did that till it was about 1.5 inches long. And after my armhole shaping, I had 50 stitches on my needle, and I decided to cast off 26 stitches so I add 24 stitches for my straps, and I decided to make my decreases as you can see. And once I add the amount of stitches I needed, I had 12 stitches left. I decided to just work some rows of no decreases, and I fastened off and I'm done. Right now I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. I don't know if I explained it to you, but yep. And here's how it's looking like so far. I've seamed it at the shoulders, and I didn't sing this because I'm leaving that for later. I also want to say this. When I was doing starting this, I thought that if I did like 2 rows of garter stitch, it won't make my work to curl, but it's actually curling really bad, as you can see. So yeah, for this I actually made about 5 inches wide. So the strap is about 5 inches long, and right now I want to get started on working on the sleeves. So currently the sleeve opening is from this point to the underarm is 6.5 inches long, and I want to keep that in mind because I'll need it to meet the sleeve. So let me go back inside. I wanted to show you the amount of scraps I have. This is not from like the entire project. This is just from like working when I say working after the waist section. Here's what I want to do. The first sleeve is going to be longer than the second sleeve because I'm going to be attaching it to the shoulder strap. I started with the 2x2 rib stitch because when I did the bottom part and the body, and then with 2 rows of garter stitch, I did 4 rows of the rib stitch, and now I'm working stockinette stitches. I'm about to change my yarn, so that's why it's cut up like this. That's why I have to say I'm using a 4.5 millimeter needle first. I'll do this for like till it's about like 5 inches long, then I'll switch to like a 4 millimeter needle. And I started with the dark yarn. Did I say that? I started with the dark yarn because I didn't want to start with the lemon green. I'll see you guys once I have like a considerable length. This is probably like the 1 millionth time I'm recording this. I hope I'm recording this correctly, but I'm almost done with making my sleeve. It's currently like 12 inches long right now, and I want to do a shaping for the sleeve. I think this is called like cap sleeve or something. Mostly when they do this cap sleeve shaping, I think that they use short rows to do it, but because I don't know how to like maintain my stripes as I'm doing the short rows, I'm just going to do decreases instead and get shaping well. Let me just try so I can see. It's really short. I was wondering when, because everything was going so smoothly, so I was wondering when I'll make a mistake. So right now I have to restart it, and I want to make it longer because it's not long enough. Guys, I'm done, and this is how it looks like. I followed this image online. I think it's by Interweave on how to shape like your sleeve. So I casted off 6 stitches, which was about 1 inch, and then I tried to make my decreases. Like sometimes I spaced the decreases by making like 3 or 4 rows of no decreases, and I casted off. Then I think this is about 5.5. So from this point to this point is about 5.5 inches, and since I casted off 6 stitches, which is about 1 inch, so 5.5 plus 1 inch is going to be like 6.5 inches, which is the length of my sleeve opening. So right now I'm just going to seam it together and join it to the body just like this. This is how it looks like seamed, and uh, the sleeve is 20 inches long. I measured it again. I want to increase the length because I wanted to reach my wrist and it's not reaching my wrist. So I'm just going to cast on around this point. I'm going to do 3 inches of 2x2 ribbing again. So it's like, yeah, and I'll fasten up and I'll start the second sleeve. So basically I want the first sleeve to be 23 inches long. I have made the second sleeve. I joined it. I forgot to like film what I was doing, but I'm going to explain. So because the strap is 5 inches long, I decided to make my second sleeve to be 5 inches less than my first sleeve. And towards the ending of the second sleeve, when I was about 10 rows to the end of the second sleeve, I decided to make decreases every other row at each end. I'm thinking of weaving an elastic around like this point. or on the other bust and some parts of the waist, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. So now I'm going to get started on working on the cape. So to determine the width of the cape, what I'm trying to do is, I don't know, let me just say it. From this point to this point is 5 inches, and from this point to this point is 5 inches, and from this point to this point is like 3 inches. So 5 plus 5 plus 3 is 13. The same goes for the back. So 13 times 2 is 26. So I'm thinking of making my the width to be 26 inches long. If you guys know the amount of knots that are in this top. So instead of doing color changes, I want to use just one color. And since I have like so much of this shade of green. I think I have one more. Yeah, I have this amount of the shade of green. I will use that to make the cake. I found this tutorial, this lace stitch tutorial on YouTube and by So Willy, and I've actually made a swatch. This tutorial is so easy. Like it's just a two-row repeat, and the stitch is so nice. It doesn't really look nice as a swatch, but it really, I'm pretty sure it's going to look really nice once I'm done. So I'm using a 5.5 millimeter needle, and I'm just going to continue. I'm just going to start working on the cape right now. Does this color go with to stop? Like that's what has been on my mind since for some reason it doesn't really look that nice to me. But I was thinking that maybe or should I use like this lemon green? But I don't have enough of lemon green and I don't have enough of this brown green stuff or the black either. Does it go? So I want to increase the length. It's currently like 5 inches. I'm thinking of making like 6 to 7 inches. I don't know. And also it's actually 28 inches long. I think I messed up on my gauge. This is how it looks like. I made the cape. I don't think I seamed it well, so I'll have to do that again. So for the cape, it was actually 32 inches long. You know, I said it was 28. I cutted it off my needles and it became 32 inches long. So I don't really know what I did wrong. Yeah, and I didn't. I was joining with single crochets, but I think once I'm unraveling, I'll remove the single crochet join and use like slip stitches instead. So I didn't end up using all this yarn to make the cape. I still have 3 balls left. If I were to make this top again, I would do some things differently. One of them is the decreases at the bottom. So before I started working on the waist section, I did some decreases. If I had to do it, if I had to make the top again, I'll start my decrease way earlier, like when I'm about 1 inch into my project, and I'll make my decreases more gradual. So I was doing decreases every other row. Instead, I'll make my decreases on every third or fourth row. So guys, this is how it looks like. I made a round of single crochets around the neckline for the body, and I also went back to the cast on row for the cape and I did decreases. And after my cast on row, I made a row of single crochets where I also made decreases, and then I used my yarn needle to join it together and it looks way better. I actually did enjoy working on the project. So in case you gained anything or you like the video, you like the results, you can drop a comment, let me know what you guys think, and also like the video and subscribe so you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video.